Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's see how it goes, huh? Inviting everyone.
We all give thanks.
Let me look at the sound on this computer. There you go.
Going
All right.
smoothly.
And well, for now, getting accustomed to a new computer, no light to light me up, but hey, we do what we can. All right, coming on in. All right. While you all are getting ready, please sign into the chat. Thank you, Mayuri, for getting that going. Let me do the gallery view. I am going to be doing the entire class on one screen. So when I share, it'll be this computer and everything, so I won't see you guys. So anyway, it'll be a bit different than how I can normally handle the class, but at least I'm here and I'm teaching. And I guess I have a window to light me from the back. Ideally, you have something lighting you from the front so people can see you, but my lights are off. So hi, everyone.
Hello.
Come on in. So this computer I'm using is from my son's school. My eldest son goes to the Mad Academy, and in the Mad Academy, he's in the film editing class right now. And because he's in the film editing class, and film editing takes a lot of power, they lent the few people who are in okay. Sorry, I'm getting a message about someone needing a link. I can't. I can't figure out how to give this person a link when I'm here in class. Hold on. Did y'all get my email did y'all get my email this morning with a link for today's class?
Yes.
Yes.
Why would he not have it? Hold on. I'm recording. I don't have it with me, period. Go to last week's email and click on that one, period. I'm without power and I can't check. I'm answering on my phone. So anyway, that's all I can do. Hopefully he can go to he seems to have not received today's email. Okay. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, so since he has to edit a movie, which he has to turn in this Friday, he's been borrowing a nice new Mac laptop, which I was desperate. I didn't know how I was going to do this. And I went, oh, I know, because he's in class now with his iPad lending me his laptop because he can't be editing right now. So anyway, it all worked out. Yeah. I was going to go into room 3 to teach from the classroom, but I couldn't do that because they don't have Zoom set up in those computers. So I couldn't even do that. So I'm glad it's going to work out and we're going to have a class, and I'm going to keep an eye on the batteries and warn you if we're getting anywhere near to dropping out. But yeah, hey, it's working. Everyone in their chats, let me turn the chat on and make it smaller. Okay, I've got kind of half and half on the participants and on the chats. All right. So last week we were working with we kept working more with editing, and I don't have my notes in this computer. Can you remind me what we ended up with?
He ended up with something about iPhone plus. Oh wait,
Something about the iPhone.
something about Lightning port.
Oh,
yeah.
where I was trying to tell you guys if you needed a second monitor, I think. Was that what I was talking about? Yeah.
Before that, you were talking about keywords. Is a white tag at the top right of the picture. Keyword is to remind when something
Okay.
about search.
Yeah. Keywords and
I
that's
think
fine.
you were showing us how to access something on iPhone that you had explained on the computer.
Okay. I believe I was showing you the different
Deleted stuff.
the different albums that you have at the bottom, how you can
Yeah.
access your albums from your phone.
And then you said
Okay.
when you edit, if you've already done something, you slide an arrow from left and right.
When you already edited, you slide an arrow. That I don't know. Actually, let me see if I can put the computer over here a little bit higher. Might help me talk to you guys a bit better. That looks a little bit better. I need to move this. There you go. Okay. All right. So no, I mean, normally I just take notes, and I notice I left those notes in the other computer. But I mean, I'm aware of where in general we were at. I just want to know where we had finished. So that's great. Thank you. I have transferred photos to this photos. Here we go. I have transferred photos to this computer so that most of all the photos that I'm working on are here, but I do not have the albums and stuff that we had created. So, but it's not much, so I can create them really quickly again. So today I wanted to talk a bit more about, we're going to continue working little bits on editing, which I'm trying to keep doing as we go along. But also I want to keep talking about the different organizational things we have in photos to handle our material. So one of the things that we have is everything that iPhone does for iPhoto. I want to say, I keep calling it iPhotos. That Photos does for us. I know, and I've said that 25,000 times. Every time I teach this class, the word photos is hard to say when it's an app, when you're talking about your photos. So all the things that Photos does for us, of which we only covered a couple. Many times I start teaching the class by teaching all the things that Photos does for us. But I wanted to show you also with albums and editing what we can do to Photos. But there are more things that Photos does for us that we can take advantage of. And if we help it a little bit with our putting in some keywords and things like that, which we'll go over more today, then we can use a search feature, which is very powerful. And the whole point of keywords and searches is so that you can find things that maybe you haven't put into albums. Okay. So we're going to keep rounding out on how to organize our photos. But meanwhile, I just wanted to say, those of you who've been working with your material, with your photos over this whole week, did something work new or different? Did something not work? Are you trying things and wondering how to get them done? You know how there's always some pretty great things that Emma's keep telling me that they're sending links, and I think Bill just got in, so there we go. So I'm surprised, Bill, because I send the same email to everyone every week. You didn't get the email today?
Yeah, I did.
Deanna,
Yeah.
I was not enrolled the first week. So I sent you a couple of emails, but I guess you didn't get them. Sorry.
Deanna, I've been waiting
Oh.
Deanna, this is Marcia, and I've been waiting to get into your iOS 1 class for a couple of weeks. I keep emailing you. I don't have the Zoom link.
Okay, that's bizarre. You are in the
I
class and
know.
you're not getting the Zoom link?
Right, exactly. I did.
Okay, you know what?
join
Can you
late.
send me another email? I don't remember receiving anything from you. That's bizarre. Can you send me again a reminder to send you the link?
Sure. And yeah, thank you.
Because I am sending it to everyone as far as I know. But it's possible. In fact, I updated the people on the link. Okay, so, and Bill, I do understand now that what you weren't in the first class and you signed in later. Okay, so I need to put that, I didn't upgrade. When I okay, someone needs to turn off the sound on their second device. Thank you. I understand. So Bill, you added after the second link, and when I scheduled my reminders, I scheduled them that first week with the people who were signed in the first week, and that's why you're not getting the reminder. I finally understand what's happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Emma sent me the link now, so that's why I'm in.
Yeah. She told me, and I emailed you going, just go to the first email, but I forgot this detail because I don't know. Then you probably didn't get my messages either that I'm without power today because I sent an email to everyone from the same link, and I guess you're not on it, from the same list that I'm without power. So I'm on a borrowed laptop that doesn't have all my information. So when you sent me that request for link, I didn't have it. Anyway, so I'm glad you're
I
on.
also wind up in my junk mail at times too, Diana. I don't know why.
If you add me, if you go to my name, my pipeline address and add it to your contact list, then it won't
Yeah,
end up
it
in your junk mail.
Yeah,
I mean,
there.
really? Then what you need to do is go label it not junk one time, and then the computer learns to,
Right.
take it out, that it's not junk whenever it gets it again, but it takes a few times. Yeah, whenever an email goes, you guys are about 30 participants or 25 participants, and I send it to both personal and pipeline. So that like goes out to like 50 people, it would seem, or 50 or 60. And there's a limit where people emails, when they receive that, they go, oh, this must be spam. And they just channel these emails straight into junk. So that's why you need to kind of train it to say, well, this one isn't actually junk. So anyway, all right. So there's less people than normal here. I hope I didn't scare people off when I told them, where's everyone else? We have 13, and some of you are on your second computer. I don't know where people are. We
I
have
was
to be
having a
able to
very
get in.
hard, Dan, I was having a very hard time signing in.
I wonder why. As in, it wasn't allowing you in the waiting room, or what?
I could get in on my phone, but not in on my computer.
That is strange. I mean, Zoom is running. Why would I? I mean, I'm expecting, this class is usually full. I'm wondering what's happening. Okay, well, let's keep going with those of you who are here. But something, I mean, to miss a few people is normal, but to miss as many as we're missing, something must be happening that they're not, like you said, able to connect. But I can't email anyone, so I don't know what to do. Everyone knows that the link is the same one, and everyone, other than if you weren't on the roster the first day, knows how to get in. So if they're not getting in, okay, let's just use the rest of this class to learn and not to worry about who's not here, because I can't do anything about it. And hopefully if they're not here, they can watch the video. Very confused. Okay. Yeah, they shouldn't. Anyway, I'm looking at my power. It's going well. So the warning that I gave, by those of you who didn't read my email, is that I'm doing my best. I'm connected with the battery power of a laptop that is very new. So it should technically last 3 hours, but when you use Zoom and videos, which is what we're doing, and sharing my screen and all of that, it probably will consume power much faster. So if I don't make it 3 hours, I will keep an eye on the power. But if I can see I'm not going to make it, then I've done my best. The Wi-Fi is on a hotspot that should last 3 hours. But that's, but at some point, if I'm seeing that I'm nearing the end of the battery, I'll warn you that at any moment I might drop. And if so, that'll be the end of the class. I hope not. I hope we'll go all the way through. Okay, so I am going to start sharing my, so I asked for any more feedback, and then Bill arrived. Any more feedback on anything that you've been trying to do? Any questions about something you tried to do over the weekend? Nope.
Will you
You're
be
all-
covering more of that iCloud, and taking it out of the iCloud and stuff like that?
Cover, will I be talking more about the cloud?
You what?
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna keep talking about the cloud. Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
So the most important thing is I'm trying to remember. I think everyone who's here except for Bill, and remind me if I'm right, you all have the photos turned on in the cloud. I'm looking at this. Well, Owen, you don't have that either. But everyone else does?
Yes, on this computer, I do have it turned on.
Oh, on the other one. Leon, do you have the iCloud turned on? The iCloud Photos Library turned on? I don't remember your... Give me a yes if you remember if your photos are on the iCloud. Give me a little yes.
Photos are on the iCloud for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I just, I'm looking at the crowd and I think you're all iCloud people except for Bill and I thought not Owen, but there we go. I guess Owen, yes, on one of them. All right.
You were right. I'm on the cloud on this computer, but not for photos. You were
Not for
correct.
photos. See, I know better than you. I have good memory about these things. Okay, so Owen is not on the photos, the photos cloud. So the iCloud library, iCloud's photo library is the official name, the full iCloud's photo library. Okay, so when you have a photo in the important thing, and just as a quick reminder, is that when you have a photo on the iCloud photo library and it moves from one, you take it on the phone, as long as you're near Wi-Fi or in Wi-Fi, it then transfers to the cloud and then to your computer. But it's all seamless. Oh, that's what I was saying. I asked you guys to take a picture of your photo of your, I asked you guys to take a picture of anything around you and to see if it popped into your computer. That's the last thing we did. And for some of you, it popped in, and for some of you, it hadn't. Did you check and see how long it took it to arrive? And did it arrive? If you open your photos right now, does the last photo for everyone represent some part of their office? Last photo as of last week. Did anyone go check and see your last photos? And unless you took a lot of photos this week, then go check in to a week ago and see if that photo arrived. Okay. If it did arrive, if you're finding it, give me a little yes, which I would assume it arrived for everyone. Actually, Bill, are you on Photo Stream?
No,
Oh,
no,
you're
I've got the, and I'm not on the cloud with photos at all, but I do have boy.
well,
I'm not on PhotoStream as well, no.
Okay. Yeah. So I do remember that you were not on the cloud, but I thought maybe you were on PhotoStream. But okay,
No.
so not on the PhotoStream. So in your case, you wouldn't have it. But everyone else, I'm seeing quite a few yeses, not from everyone, but go check. Go look, open up your photos and see whether it arrived. So if you didn't check it, did it mean it did not arrive? Like Marsha or Mayuri or Charlene, people who didn't answer, did you not receive that photo that you took in your room? Well, your desk or your office. Hello, people who haven't marked it. Oh, now you're marking it. Okay. So it did. And Marcia, okay. Well, I would assume that it should have, and if it didn't, something's wrong. But so most of you said yes. In fact, all of you except for one said yes. Okay. Now, did anyone notice how long it took? Did anyone hang out there to know? Some people said, oh, it's there immediately, and then the class was over. So did people notice at all if it took, or did you all like walk away and not check? Does anyone have an idea that you saw that it wasn't there in 5 minutes or that it wasn't there in half an hour? Did anyone pay attention to that? No. Okay, how about we do this? Everyone grab a phone, take a picture, and then when it starts appearing, you guys can keep, throwing out the photo arrived, so we have an idea of how long it takes. I'm not going to do it on mine because, of course, my Wi-Fi's down. I'm operating on borrowed equipment. It's not going to transfer. Because on the photo stream, I'm on the photo stream, not iCloud Logic, but on the photo stream, the same thing happens. The things get transferred. The last month worth of photos and the last 1,000 photos get transferred. So mine would appear as well, but I'm not on my own system. Okay, so all you had to do is take a shot of your keyboard, of your window, of a selfie, and then wait to see when it pops up. Okay, so as we are using, yes, Susan?
1 minute.
Susanna?
Well, it was
Susanna?
9:22 and now it's 9:23, but I think it was less than a minute. And I actually was thinking it was taking long, because I take photos in my studio
Mhm.
and I immediately want them and I have to wait. And I
Wow.
thought I was waiting longer than that. So
Now you know. See, anxiety is like, oh, just waiting
Yeah,
is like
that's faster
Wait.
than I thought.
it's
Yeah,
like waiting for the
thank
milk, waiting for the milk to boil. Okay,
you. Right.
so so it's there, right? And the rest of you, when it keep arriving, so I'm gonna clear out, and whenever your photo arrives, raise a little blue hand. So by the time everyone sees their photos, we'll see a lot of little blue hands. Okay, so raise a little blue hand if the photo is there. So it's pretty instantaneous. Well, come on, instantaneous. I mean, considering that you're not having to do anything, you're taking a picture and there it is. That's pretty instantaneous. So so that's the power of the iPhoto. It's the Photo Cloud Library. The lack of the pro is, that's the pro. The con is that if you do want to take a picture and you don't like it, if you take a picture and you don't like it and you delete it, it deletes from everywhere. That's good if you don't like it. But what if you're trying to make space? If you're just trying to make space on your phone, you want to take some stuff off your phone so that you can, take more pictures or add more movies or whatever else you do with your phone. You can't do that because if you delete them, they delete as well. So let me show you in the system preferences, this thing called maximizing your, I can't. I opened my system preferences to show you maximizing, but I can't because this laptop is this, I can't put my own Apple ID in this thing. Okay, let's do this. Can somebody open up their system preferences and share their screen, and I'll teach you with their screen. When I couldn't find this Mac laptop, the only thing I could find was someone lending me a PC. I figured the worst case scenario, I was going to teach the class from a PC laptop, having somebody share their screen and me pointing out stuff on theirs. So I'm going to resort to that for showing you anyone who has Catalina, who can share their little system preferences window with me. Echo, birds chirping. Literally, I hear birds chirping.
I have Catalina, but I don't have an iPhone anymore, so I'm on Android. So I'm
All
not
right.
a candidate for you.
Do you want it on the iPhone or from the computer?
On the computer system preferences.
Okay, I'll do it
Thank you.
if I can.
I feel like a teacher asking for assignments and everyone ducking their heads or something.
No,
Thank you
those are
so
photos.
much. Okay, so
That's my photo.
all right,
Right.
can you open your system preferences icon now? Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
And there we go. Okay, so this is a Catalina system preferences. Can you go into your Apple ID, the top? Okay, go back on, don't update now. Go back to the little arrow see up at the top, there's a little button with many little dots. No. In the software update, that's your system preferences, what you're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah. So move to the left your mouse now, and the first button it'll find is lots of little dots in it. Keep going to your left with your mouse.
All right, well, it's to the right, but I got it. Now am I looking for?
No, to your left. Okay, here, let me request remote control. so that I can point to you. You'll do it, but I'll point to you. Okay, so can you say yes to that? I'm going to turn these things off so that I can see better. Okay, so this button right here. So this is your stuff. This is me moving it so you can see it's me. So see this button right there? It
Yeah.
says software update. Click on that button right there. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. No, just a single click, not a right click. Just a little click on it. Back off, click away, and then click on it again. Yeah, just click on it. You're doing a right click.
No, on the other, you want me to right click?
No, I went to regular and I'll click here. I'll click on it. There we go. I'm clicking on it. I just clicked on it. And that's when you get back to system preferences. So, so when you click on this little button here, just a regular click, it shouldn't, if it comes with a long menu, like, you know, the one you did, that's a right click. So you need to do a single system click. Now, the reason it was going to that automatically, it's warning you to have software update. And if you see down at the bottom here, do you see you have a little number 1 on the word software update?
Yes.
On the third row? When you click on software update, it takes you here, and you didn't recognize it as system preferences because it says software update, so it's confusing. But it's one of the many possible windows in system preferences. So go back to that button that I told you and click on that, please. That little window with all the little dots. The one that you were right clicking on that I said just single click on it. Yeah, just click. Nope. Something you're doing, you're clicking and holding, like you're doing a click and hold, and so it gives you that thing. Just a quick little tap.
There you go.
There we go. That was a
I
quick
was-
little tap. Yeah, when you click and hold your mouse, the computer does something else. So just or your finger or whatever. So guys, all of these things that you visit, when you click on them, you go somewhere else. So say that I click on, you know, the dock, and I'm going to do that now. I'm clicking on the dock, and there it takes me to this. So when you're in this, you might not think you're in system preferences. But two things. If you look up here at the top left, you'll see that there's next to the apple, it says system preferences. So you're on the system preferences. But also what gives it away is that button that I'm asking Pat to press, the one with all these little dots. That's the one that takes you to the main screen. It says show all, okay? So if you don't know if you're in system preferences and you see that little button, when you click on it, you go back here, all right? If you've never been to some of these, you might not recognize them. You click on them and it doesn't, you know, look like system preference. It's like something else. So remember that if that button's there, click on that and it takes you back to the main screen. Okay, so now can you go click on Apple ID, please, Pat? For those of you who are on Mojave, go click on the cloud that was somewhere down on the bottom. All right, so over here, underneath this window, for this is only for beautiful Catalina. People with Mojave don't see beyond this window. The window stops kind of right there. But people who have Catalina, you see how right under this white window it says optimize max storage? You see that?
Yes.
Can you please read it out? It's kind of small, but there's a check mark. Can you read that out, please, Pat?
The full contents of iCloud Drive will be stored on this Mac. It has space. Older documents will be stored only in the cloud when space is needed.
So what this means is that if you're on your Mac, if you click on this, which she does have it clicked on, your files are going to be, first of all, in the iCloud. The full-size versions of them are in the iCloud. And it is the smaller versions that appear in your computer. The more and more full your computer gets, the less of the big versions show up in your computer. They end up being on the cloud, and your computer keeps getting smaller and smaller versions or previews of them, okay? To make sure that you don't run out of space in your computer. The phone has the same feature. If you go to your photos and your phone, and I think I can connect my phone to this laptop. Give me a second to see if I can show this feature. Except this laptop is one of those new ones that has no USB things to it. So I need to disconnect the mouse and connect. Okay, so I'm gonna connect this in there and see if that works. Okay, so here's the thing. Before Pat is done, I wanted to say, for those of you who have the iCloud that you don't have, if you don't have this optimized Mac feature storage there, then you will have it under Photos. You will have an options under Photos, and you can make that choice under Photos. Later, someone who does not have the iCloud, maybe you can share with me and I can show you what I'm talking about. But meanwhile, now I'm gonna disconnect. Thank you, Pat, for showing this to us. Before I disconnect you, does anyone have a question about this, or does anyone not see this on their own computer?
Deanna, I do. This is Marcia. It looks like since I've updated to Catalina on my computer, when I try to, for some reason, Photos is not associated with iCloud. I can't click on it. It won't connect to the library.
Well, how about you share with me, because I don't know what is happening. So anyway, just to be done with Pat's, if your iCloud is, if you're in Catalina like hers, then you'll have the choice to optimize the storage for the Mac over here. I'm gonna then show you on your phone, you have the same choice. You can go and optimize your photos for the Mac, for your phone. Thus, your phone has previews and the big photos will be left in the cloud. So that's what this optimized Mac or phone storage does to you, allowing you to have more, not have to be deleting photos in order to be able to keep having them all on your phone.
Deanna, this is Susanna. Is this recommended, or like I have that checked? I'm not sure why, but I do.
Well, it's kind of the default setting unless you choose to click out of it. But it's recommended to the point that it'll help you not run out of space. Now, when you do have this happening and your computer is full, then your photos and your files will become previews. But if your computer has space, you have all the photos in there. It's only for when you begin to run out of space. Okay. And if you begin to run out of space, like in her case, she has on her computer, we don't know. This is her iCloud storage. This is not her computer storage. But in the Mac, there's something similar to that. Give me a sec here, Pat. I'm going to go and turn on your About This Mac for a second. And Pat's About This Mac window, whoops, right here, About This Mac window. And I'm talking about this in the Mac OS Level 1 class. When you click on storage, and I went to the About This Mac, see her computer is very empty. She has nothing in it. So, or well, very little in it. So, yeah, I know. So we're working on the other class. So in this case, all her photos are probably all full size. But if you're beginning to get towards, up there, then the computer automatically is leaving the big stuff on the cloud, and you have access to it. You work on it as if you had it. But if you really need the full size resolution file, you need to check. You might need to just do a download from the cloud if you want to print it like 16 by 80 or something like that. Normally the versions that you end up getting on your computer are fine for a regular print. They're definitely fine for anything on the web. But if you end up needing the full on because you're trying to do a 16 by 20 print or something, then you might need to download the full photo from the internet. But it's kind of seamless. You don't really notice that you're not seeing them all. That's because of that little button, the Optimize Mac Storage, okay?
Thank you. I didn't know that you could do, I didn't see all those choices under About Mac, the overview, display, storage, and now I do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
So,
before you've got all my old personal pictures, but that last picture way down on the bottom is my 104-year-old aunt today.
Oh, how cool is that? Let me pull
So I
it
had
up.
to be proud of her.
Oh, wow. This is your 104-year-old aunt?
Yep.
Oh, congratulations on her birthday. Wow, amazing.
Yep, yeah. So
Thank you for sharing
amazing.
that.
Yeah. That's personal.
That is very cool. Thank you for sharing with that. Okay, so I'm going to stop your sharing, and I wanted to first, Marcia, before I help you, I wanted to show on the phone the same feature. That way we can, you know, link what I'm saying, the feature of optimize your storage. So I'm going over here to share. Oh, I need to, this computer's not set up for sharing, is it? Interesting. It says, I have to do the same thing I do to you guys about, oh no, it won't let me share unless I leave meeting. Okay, everyone, stay on the meeting. I'll have to leave meeting and get in again. I don't know if it's gonna let me without ending the meeting, but I'm gonna leave. Okay, I'm assigning someone. I have to assign someone as the host, so that's kind of weird. Okay, Susanna, you're now the host for a second while I leave and come back. Don't
Okay.
leave, don't go anywhere.
So Susanna, as long as you host,
So let's sing a song or.
whatever. Well, what are you working on mostly on your computer? Learning from
You
this.
know, it was just interesting to see the storage there because I do have iCloud.
Uh-huh.
And it very slowly showed that most of the storage is on iCloud, right? I lost my computer last year, and so I panicked, and I have every storage system available now. So I'm using very little storage on my computer. It's fascinating. These little things that I learned in her classes.
That's
It's
so
the
cool.
little
Well,
things.
that we're covering that right now on the macOS level 1, and so
Yeah.
it's cool that that you saw that. Okay, so now I'm back, and I had to do the whole leave and come back in. I thought I had set everything up, but I hadn't tried to share my screen, and now that I did. I had to give myself permission. All right, here I am. So, really, a plugin is required to share an iPhone and or iPad screen? I can't install stuff here because it's my, okay, I give up. I can't show you guys my phone because I need a special plugin, and this is a school computer, and the administrator password is, I don't have it. So can't install stuff on it.
Do you want us to try to connect with an iPhone and then share the screen? Would that work?
Yeah, if some, like Pat just did that, she shared her screen. If someone else can do that, all you need to do is put a cable into your from your phone into your computer, and then when you say share, one of the options is share your phone, right? Anyway, so while someone's trying to do that, I'm going to ask Marcia, can you then share your screen, please? Can you go back to sharing your screen?
And I just connected.
Yeah. All right. So Marcia, show me. Okay.
Yeah, just connect it.
So when you
Let
when
her put you in, and then just you can move it over, or
Yeah, and I've never
Wow.
seen it.
join.
I've always
Just
had
join
it
the meeting.
connected to iCloud.
Join the meeting.
Okay, can other people stop talking or turn their sounds off, please? Because I'm trying to hear Marcia, and I'm hearing other voices, and I'm not sure which one is saying what. Marcia, can you start again? I see what you're doing, though. You're trying to turn on photos, and it's not letting you. That's bizarre.
Yeah, and I've always had it connected to my iCloud.
And this is ever since you upgraded to Catalina?
I'm assuming that's the case. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I've always had it connected. So I'm thinking maybe something happened when I went to Catalina. I don't know.
Well, the photo that you took, did it appear today? Because remember I
No.
said only one person has an answer, that was Marcia. So it really,
No.
you weren't answering because your photo didn't appear. So you really are not connected to the Photos cloud. Okay, this is weird. Let's do one more thing. Go to your Photos app that's behind you. Click on the Photos app.
Photos app that's behind. Yes.
Yeah, that. Click on it. And now go up to Photos Preferences. And let's see if you can turn it on from here. Photos Preferences, because you can, okay, so click on that. All right, and it's not letting you. I thought it might give you a chance here to connect, right? Because normally here it would say if you're connected, but instead it's telling you why you should connect. Marcia, I don't have any way to help you. You need to get onto the Mac phone line and ask them to help you, because this is an iCloud thing, and
Sure.
sometimes things get messed up in your iCloud and they have to reset it from inside Apple. Did you guys see what she was doing? She was trying to connect and it was just kind of worrying around, not letting her. And then in the photos itself, it says she's not connected. And then the photos that she just took didn't come because she's not connected. So right now, any photos you take until you fix this are living only on your phone.
Yeah.
So fix it soon enough, because if you're taking any important photo, you don't want it to be lost. Okay.
Thank
All right. Well, thanks for showing me that. Is anyone ready with a phone to share? Did it work out, Owen, or someone? Someone who has the photos library. If
I
not,
can try, but I can try to connect the iPhone
Oh.
to the Zoom meeting itself. Do you want me to try that?
But do you have the photos library? Because I think you were the one who didn't have the photos library. I would need it to be
Yeah,
with
this
someone who.
it's Becky's
is your-
iPhone, so it does
this is
have a
Becky's.
photo library.
Okay, yeah. So if you can put a little cable from your phone to your computer, then when you say share screen, it gives you, you know, desktop one, whiteboard, iPhone. You can just click on that, and then your phone will follow through. And we're only going to look into your system preferences. We won't look at anything on your phone, so you won't be breaking your privacy in that sense. Okay, so while he does that, oh, there you go. You entered from that phone.
Deanna,
You don't need to be, hold on. You don't need to be connected to Zoom from the phone, by the way. Just the phone connected. I guess if you're connected from your phone, you could share your screen from your phone if you know how to do
I
that.
have my phone connected, but it came up and says no photos.
Yeah, you need to unlock your phone. But you know what? You
Yeah,
need
so
to go
Becky's
and,
phone is now on the meeting, so I think we can share the screen.
okay, you can try that. I haven't tried sharing from the phone itself, but why not? Go ahead and share your screen. But from there, would you know how to, you have to choose your system preferences screen. Like maybe you have to open your system preferences first. I don't know. I've never shared from a phone. I've never used it.
I do have mine open now if you want to see it. Of course,
Okay, but you don't have the photos library turned on, so you won't have the maximize
Okay.
photos library button available. So of all people, you're the only one for whom this is
Okay.
not a good fit.
Okay, got it.
Are you able, you gave me an idea, Owen, maybe I could share, I could open Zoom as joining and share my screen, but I've never done it from my phone. Is it working at all for you or not really? Owen?
I think I connected it and I pushed something to share the screen, but I don't see anything. I'm not quite sure how it works on an iPhone.
Well, okay, guys, I'll leave this to next week when we can do it because I can't. I don't want to be figuring it out right now, taking advantage. I'm noticing that my battery that was 100% when I started is at 80%. Gives me a feeling that we might not make it to 3 hours. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. So I'm going to share my photos screen now so that we can keep working with photos itself. All right, so are you all seeing my photos? All right, I'm going to ask you all to not speak. I'm not able on this screen to have up the sound where I can mute you all like I normally do because I'm only having one computer, so I can only share my photos with you. So keep your sounds down. In fact, I will turn the participants on. I'm going to mute everyone because someone's making noise and they're not aware of it. So I have just muted everyone, which means that if you need to speak to me, know that you are all muted, that you're going to need to unmute yourself. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. And last week I was talking about metadata. And I told you all to go and turn on the metadata, which is not turned on in this computer yet. So I'm going to turn mine on. And in case you weren't here for that class, I have to go to view metadata and one by one turn all the words that are available on. So they don't come on. This is something that you need to turn on yourselves. All right. So now I'm going to spend a bit more time on metadata and keywords and the info box. So as you can see, when I turn that on, what I get underneath are the file names. That's what I see, right, as the title of this image. But that's not really necessarily the only way an image can be titled. I could also choose to give it a name, like a more specific name, like, you know, Joaquin Cooking, or, you know, Imaginary Festival, or some chalk painting festival, or something like that. To do that, if I do that, I wouldn't be losing the name of the I wouldn't be losing the name of the file. What I would be doing is I would be just adding a name to it. So watch, if I from here decide to just click on this name, see how I get a box. Right, all I did was single click on it and a box comes in going, what do you want to call this? So I can call this one Joaquin oh, that keyboard isn't working. That's true, I'm on this keyboard. Joaquin at Imaginary Chalk Festival, and I don't know what year this was. So now I've given it an actual descriptive name, okay? I'm gonna click on this one and call this one Joaquin Cooking. Okay, so now go ahead and name one or two by doing that. And then after you've named one or two, go and turn on the info window, which if you like this little I button, that's a good way. Another way is the command I. Another way is to go up to the word window and click on info. Any which way, I want you to have this info window up. Do you see my info window? Any sound? Oh, you're all
Yes.
silenced, you all.
I see it.
Do you want
Okay.
this on our phone or on the computer?
No, now I'm sharing you my computer screen. I wasn't able to share my phone, so I'm not sharing my phone.
So, and we should be working on the computer also.
Yes, you should all be working on the computer. In fact, this metadata work is work that you can do on the computer that you can't do on your phone. So you know how some things you can, I've been showing you the equivalents. Well, you can't, I have not found a way to work on metadata on your phone at all. So, so this is the realm of a computer. So notice that when I turn on the info window for these two photos, they show me, and then this one that I didn't change the name. When I click on the one that I didn't change the name to, it says image 1093, but on top it says add a title. When I click on this one where I did add a title, that name is what shows up there. So one way was to put it in there. And by the way, I had a typo, so I'm typing up there. I fixed it in here. Even though I had entered it in there, I fixed it in there, right? So the thing is that you can enter material either through the info window, or in this case, through the box itself. Now notice that when I click on this one, there's no location, but when I click on this one, the map shows up. This one has a location tag. And see how over here, there's nothing showing up, but when I click on this, it's hard to tell, but you see, maybe if I make it bigger, do you see that I have a little pin? That's a push pin shape over here with location tag. Maybe you'll see it better on one that has, maybe there's a location, come on, another one with a location tag. I don't have many location tag here. This one has that one's visible. See that location pin on that one? And see how when I click on it, it shows me a map of the Arlington Theater. Okay, so that is the metadata that when we said view metadata show location, that means that that photo has a location tag. And most photos should have a location tag unless you've turned location services off in your computer. Now, in this case, that one also has a location tag. So now you begin to see what these tags, so go on your computer, here's a location tag as well. I click on it. It shows me that somewhere in the Grand Canyon area, Lake Powell area. This one here shows me I'm in Mammoth, et cetera, okay? So that's what those are those pins. And you're only seeing this because you're viewing location tags. If I had to turn the metadata here off, then see how now I'm not seeing that tag anymore? So you're seeing these things solely because you've turned these guys on. And so you're seeing these little tags. Okay, any feedback? Anyone seeing or not seeing them in your computers?
I can't see because your screen is like covering my whole window.
Okay, so hit your escape key so that my window doesn't cover the whole screen, and then scooch it to one side so that on the bottom you can see yours.
It is scooched to one side. It has been all along, but
Uh-huh.
okay, so, but I'm still seeing her photos, not mine. Or your photos.
If mine is scooched to one side and then the bottom you should be seeing yours. I can stop sharing for a second here, but
Well,
basically,
the left-hand window, it just says Zoom in big blue letters. I don't know where my photo window went to. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you want me to start with just clicking any image and, oh, okay, yeah. So
no, I want you to all look to see if you see that little push pin, like, map location push pins, and see any photos that have it. And when you click on it, you'll see that that's one that'll come up with a little map underneath in the info box. So I want your info window opened up, and I want you clicking on photos that have a push pin and photos that don't have a push pin. If you have, some of you have push pins on all your photos because your locations are always marked, and some of you have them on none because your phone is not set up to mark location. Give me any feedback. Who has what? Do you all find location?
I mean, it's showing it has the Solvang on everything, basically, most everything. I'm curious, there's no way to see what album it's in or to link it to an album through this information?
In the info window, no. Actually, that is interesting. I wish the info window showed us what album something is in. That would be really nice, but it's not showing in the info window because albums are not metadata.
Oh, right.
This window only shows metadata, okay? And where you decide to organize it or not is not inherent to that photo itself. It's not information that'll carry outside of it. This organization in your album stays with photos, but if you take this photo out, you will always be able to read its metadata, but you won't be able to know what album it was in inside of your organization. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I wasn't thinking of it as the photo itself. Yeah, thank you.
No, that's a great question. Anyone else who has or doesn't have these little location tags? And if you want to know how to or not have them? Nothing? No one there? Okay.
We are here, yes.
I'm good. Thank you.
This is Pat. Mine are, I have the tab when I put it in there, but I don't have the tab on pictures that I didn't put it in. Do you know what I mean? I've been filling them in.
You putting location in?
Yes.
Okay.
But on pictures that I haven't worked on yet.
All right. So if you want locations to be put in automatically, then you have to fix that on your phone. If you want that. If you don't want that because you're happy with not having locations, then fine, leave it without. But if not, it's a phone setting that you need to have on. And you would go to your system preferences. You know what? I'm going to have someone write this down and ask me next week, because in your system preference, I can't share. In your system preference, you can set your location services. It tells you what apps to have location, what apps not to have location. And you can turn your photos on to have location services. And then when you take a picture, the metadata of that spot gets saved with that picture. Does that make sense? It's a feature of your phone. And for those of you who have DSLRs, who also have a GPS feature, you can do that same thing. You can have your photos tagged with GPS so you know in what part of the national park you took that beautiful mountain in and stuff like that. Your camera can set the GPS coordinates, okay? So that's what this is. The phone sets the GPS coordinates, and in the photos, and it sticks with the photo. And then the Photos app turns it into the word, oh, Mammoth, California, right? But it's because it got the GPS coordinates, longitude and latitude of the exact spot that photo was taken in. All right. So if
Well,
it's a
what
feature
about the
you
photos
want, what's that?
The photos that I add to my computer, like that one of my aunt, I had to write in where that was
Oh,
taken. Because I
oh,
didn't
okay.
take the picture.
Exactly. Okay, I see what you mean. If someone sent you a photo of your aunt, and if they didn't have it location tagged, because by the way, if that person who took that picture had location tags, it would come through. Pat would receive it, and that location tag would stick with the photo because it's considered metadata. Metadata sticks with the photo no matter where you send it, okay?
Oh, okay.
But whoever took that picture did not do it with a phone or a camera that had location services turned on. So when she receives it, she is adding location, okay? And do you guys remember how to do that?
Yes, I do.
Just in case you don't, I'll give you a quick example. So this picture here is in the Sequoia National Park, but if you notice, it does not have a location tag. So I can actually go up to image, and you don't see it, I'm going into the very top window to the word image, location. And, why wouldn't it let me add location up there? It won't. Okay, so then I can assign a location here in the info window. So I can say that this is in the, is this the Kings Canyon National Park? Or is this the Sequoia National Park? Yikes. Well, I'll say, oh, I'm typing in the other, I have a keyboard that I want to type in, but it's the other computer, not the one I'm teaching in up here. So I can say it's in Kings Canyon National. And as soon as I start to write it, the options come up. Kings Canyon National Park. I select it, and there it is. Okay. I'm not sure right now if this is Kings Canyon or which, but anyway, there you go. What's that? It's not near. So select any photo that you have.
He also
Okay.
did a little poo-poo on the rug near the back
All
door.
right, guys, sound, please. Someone sound off, please, you guys. I'm hearing stuff in the background, people talking. Please turn your sounds off. I don't want to mute everyone because then everyone has to unmute themselves again. But if you're talking with anyone, please turn your sounds off. Okay, so everyone go and put location on something that you might not have location on. Click on a photo that has no location and go into your info window and go assign a location. So this is in Santa Barbara, California. It's the imaginary chalk photo, okay? And I could be more, if I knew the actual address of the mission, I could put it in here. In fact, you know what? I wonder if I write the Santa Barbara mission,
It will.
if it might come up. No, it doesn't. Sometimes when you put things like that, there it is, Santa Barbara mission. So now it gave me the exact spot for the Santa Barbara mission for that photo. Okay, so go ahead and tell me if you've successfully added an address to anything or to something.
Yes, I did.
Yes, and it let me change an incorrect one, which I didn't know I could do.
That's great. And if you have many of one thing, so I'm going to go and click on one, hold down shift and click on the last one, right? So all of these are in the same spot. So you can select them all. So I'm going to show you again. Click the first one, hold down the shift key, click on the last one and see how all 4 select themselves. Now I can assign a location, which is the Santa Barbara Bowl. And there it comes. So I click on it and the location gets set. All right. Another way of selecting more than one thing. So, and if you guys are in Catalina and have this mode turned on where you have no space and it looks kind of cool, but it breaks off a lot of the image, you can't do this that I'm about to do next. So go over here to the top left and I'm going to click on the spotlight. You guys can see what I mean. Oh,
This is very
Let's
cool
make
because
image.
I just found a school that I taught architecture to 4th graders. It populated down in Cardiff, down in San Diego. I mean, there it is, Ada Harris Elementary School. I didn't even have to type it all in. Very
it's cool. When you put in the names, it's cool, right? So anyway, you go up here to the top left and unclick that so that you see the ups and downs. And the other way to select more than one thing is to put your mouse in this neutral white area in between photos, right? And then click and drag your mouse. And when you drag your mouse, you drag it over. You don't need it to go all the way over, just enough to cover, in this case, these 3. And then I can say this happened at the Santa Barbara City College. This was a concert, an open concert. They had the New York Philharmonic, I think it was here a couple of years ago at the stadium. So this is at Santa Barbara City College. And there you go. That's enough to bring it up. And now that has been tagged with location. See that? Okay. So for those of you who have tags with location that you do have and you don't want, you could also delete it. So say that I do not want this one to have that location. If I don't want that, I select it for any reason, privacy concerns, you select it, you can go in here and you can select that and delete. Actually, that's interesting. Let me go to the assign location. Hide, okay, that's where I can do hide. So I can't delete it from up here. I was able to delete it. But I can go, I wasn't able to delete it from the info box, but I was able to go up to image location and hide location. So that's kind of interesting. I can hide a location, but not from up there, but I can't add it from there, but I can't. If I try to assign.
I missed somehow. How do you get it? Mine doesn't show assign location. What am I not clicking on?
What's that? Your doesn't,
It
what
has-
doesn't?
Okay, I found one that they're all showing up, like if Santa Maria or Pasadena, you know, it's, I'm surprised that seems to know what it was. But I have one and it says Santa Maria, and on the map it shows where I was. It was at work, but I wanted to be more specific on assign a location, and I'm not sure how to change it from saying Santa Maria to.
Okay, so something that already has a location. That's interesting. Let me go to one that already has a location. So usually it's very specific in it.
Maybe I can type over it, or
Let me see. If instead of Old Mission, what if I tried to write, I don't know, 123 Laguna Street? All right, so
it tries to come up with something. Okay, so I need the
Laguna
address.
Street,
Okay.
Santa Barbara. Let me see if it'll overwrite it. Yeah, I can overwrite it. I just gave it a 123 Laguna Street, which is not the mission, but I don't even know what the mission's address is. So now it put it, I overwrote it with this one. I told it it's in 123 Laguna Street and it overrode that address, see? So this one that was naturally placed, it says it's in the old mission, but this one now says it's
No, and I see how to do it. I actually am trying. I don't know
actually, it
what
just
it's
says
called in Santa Maria, so.
Yeah, and remember, it wouldn't be surprising that it distinguished between Santa Maria and Pasadena. I told you, when you take a picture, the photograph saves the coordinates of the location where that photo was taken. And that's why it's very easy for it to say Santa Barbara or Santa Maria or Pasadena. What it can't say if it was inside of the, Janine's Bakery. But if it wasn't Janine's Bakery and you write Janine's Bakery, if I select this thing here and I write Janine's Bakery, right? Let me actually select this photo and assign a location to it. Huh. Why is this one not letting me assign a location? Interesting. Was I still hiding locations? No. I'm trying to assign a location to this one and it's not letting me. See that? How bizarre. This one, when I click on assign a location, it goes gray. Oh, now it's letting me. It wasn't before. So say that I want to say that this one is at the Mission, okay? Or I don't know, at a school. Let's say Roosevelt School. So I start writing the name of something, and there's so many. I don't know. Is that Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt School? There's so many. That's a bad example. So I'll have to write Santa Barbara because there's tons of it. There it is. It's on 1990 Laguna Street. So if you know, oh, I put 2 S's and 1 O, and that's why it was coming out wrong. So if you know the address or the name, if it's a store, maybe you're writing, give me the name of a store in town. I don't know. Macy's. Do we have a Macy's in town? We used to.
Yeah.
So say that I say Macy's, Santa Barbara. I don't know if it would still probably.
La Cumbre.
It's here. It is Macy's Santa Barbara, right? And then there you got you.
So now I have a fully functioning website running on my computer, and I have full access to it.
Okay, somebody's running some
Yeah, I'm hearing a male voice describe
video. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So hopefully, any other questions about assigning locations to stuff? So you assign
yeah.
location? Yes.
Yeah, thank you. When I click on several photos with the shift key, and then I go up to assign a location, as soon as I click on the assign a location, the photos are no longer highlighted. What am I doing wrong, Deanna?
When you click on assign a location, see, it doesn't not highlight it, but it goes gray. So this is a highlighted photo, goes blue. See?
Right, right.
But then the moment I click on assign a location, it becomes a really light gray, but it still is more highlighted than that.
Oh, okay, okay.
So then you can write whatever you need to write again, and then it'll work. Oh, that's a great question, because it does look like it. I even had that problem. Remember, I said, "Oh, look, it's going dark," and it was working. So this is a photo that someone let me to teach in class, and it's from someplace in China. I don't have the location where, but I'm just going to write China, which is better than have it be in the United States. And so I'll just go China. There you go. And at least it puts it in the map in China, in the world, right? There it is. I know that that's not a definition. China is a humongous place, but at least it knows what part of the world this photo is from. All right. But if you happen to know where you were, like if you know that you were in, Beijing or something, then it just puts it in the right place. Okay.
So Deanna, you're a
yes.
shortcut to, like, if you know how on other things you click the first one and the last one, and then
yeah.
Is there a shortcut where you could do the first photo and the last photo of a whole batch that are all at that school? I have like 24 photos of all my students.
Yeah. Go click on the first one. Scroll down to the end or to the top of your 250th, never mind how many. Hold down shift and click, and everything in between will work, even if it's 200,050 of them. See?
It's going to put that same name in?
It will give that same location to everything. Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. It'll give location to all of them.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I can click on every one of these photos in the snow, starting here, all the way down to here. And that's a ton of 39 items I've just selected. And then I can go ahead and say, well, they already have the Kings Canyon National Park, but I can give it to all of them. Okay. Okay. And then so that's how you put places in, you correct places, you add places, you take away places. And then when you go here to the left sidebar, if you click on places, that's where all these things will begin to show up. And as you move in or out of this screen, as you move up close or farther away, they begin to be more specific. So these 21, if I double click, actually they become 4 plus 17, because from afar, it looked like they were all one thing. But as I get closer, they begin to break up into 17, 2, and 2. All right, as I was farther away with this little minus, it was just 21 for that area. But as I approach, it 2, 2, and 17. Does that make sense? It breaks up because I'm getting closer and closer. And so as I get closer and closer and closer, those 2, 2 turn into 1 and 1. And then Santa Barbara is still at 17 as I keep approaching Santa Barbara. Or if I double click on Santa Barbara, well, no, if I double click on Santa Barbara, I just go to the photos. But as I keep approaching with the map, then it breaks down into one over here in Roosevelt and this over here in the middle of downtown. Remember I mentioned this one was in Roosevelt School? I remember the photo that I put that name on it. No, La Cumbre Plaza. I told this one that it was in Macy's. So it went up there to the upper street, and then this one's downtown. That's the theater, the Arlington Theater, that one. Okay. So anyway, that gives you an idea of how you can use this map. So you can tap any location. I have some photos here that my sister sent me from Europe. She was on a trip to Europe, and so she sent me some photos, and I can tag them and give them a location tag. And I'm trying to see the ones from Italy. Here we go. So here she was in Italy. I think this is Firenze. What's that?
It's Firenze, yeah. Duomo.
Yeah, so I can click on the Firenze here, and I can see, she sent me this photo. See how it has no camera lens information, no description, no anything. If I write the word Firenze over here, right? That is a place, it's a location, but that just shows up as a name. I would have to go down to assign a location for it to work.
So when I typed the address in, and then I did the first and the last, all the ones in between got like a colored border around it, so they were all highlighted, but it didn't populate the location to all the rest. Is there a sequence where?
Show me again, when you typed it all, what?
So
tell me again what you did.
I did the shift button, but it didn't, the location didn't, all it did was put a border around all 113 pictures in that album.
And then you have to type in the location and hit enter.
You get all the, okay, so I did it wrong. I did this, all right.
You first select all 2,400 or whatever many pictures. Then you go to your view info window and write the name of your school. And once you hit enter, click on that, then that gets assigned to all of those photos.
I lost the color on the borders. I don't know.
Especially for people who scanned them in, people who Pat, you just showed me a lot of black and whites. Those don't have location. Those are scans. So the only location they could have is the place you scanned them from. Annette has that, Leon has a lot of scans. So from when you guys share, I can see when you have a lot of scans, you have to label the time, place of those photos.
Right.
And you can do that in that info window.
I have 4 years of work after this class.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm putting them all together.
So Leon did that work. Do you want to share your screen? Otherwise, I'll move on.
Share my screen because I'm doing something out of sequence and I don't know what it is.
Okay, so share your screen.
I am. Can you?
So first you click the green button and then you have to there. Perfect. The second one. All right.
Okay.
So let's see. You've got them all selected. I can see there's a little gray box around them all. So they're all selected. Where's your info window?
There.
Okay.
So it's already,
Now,
it's
is
already,
that the,
yeah, well, that's the old location. That's
okay, so click on that.
before I found
Oh,
out.
because these already had a location. That's why it's a little bit different.
Yeah, so how do I get rid
So,
of that?
click, no, just click in there. Just click.
It won't go live. Oh,
Yeah, it would. Yeah, click again. Yeah, and then start typing the name of your school, whatever it is that you said you had found.
it won't go away. It won't delete.
Huh.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I was able to overwrite it on one, but I guess I don't know if you can you hit delete? It doesn't let you.
Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm here. Thank you.
Cool, you're welcome. But just go ahead and do it so that everyone can see. So there you go.
Yeah.
Assign location to 112 photos. Say yep, apply.
Oh, I never got that before.
And there it is. So now all of them have been located at the specific school at
Wow.
Cardiff by the Sea, California. See that? So now it's Ada something elementary school.
Yeah, but how do I get them under here?
No, that's not, no. That's the title. That's a different issue. Location stays in the info window or in your map, but
Oh,
it doesn't show up under the photo. Under the photo, the only thing you can see is either the default file name, which is that one, the JPEG, or you have to go in and call them something. So up at the top, you have them all selected already, right? So no, in the info window where it says 112 photos.
it's sort of not.
Oh, now you clicked on one only.
Because they
But
were colored and then they went gray. Now they're colored.
Okay, so now go to your info window.
Do I let go of the shift?
Yeah, once they're selected, you can let go of the ship. Now go to the info window. It says, no, stop. You have it open. Right there it is. I see your info window. It says 113 photos, May 12. Yeah. So see how it says various titles. You see the word various titles? Click in there and call them whatever you want to call them. School, photo, I don't know what you want to call them all. And then that title will be on all of them though.
Or I
Cool.
could
Hit the return. Are you sure you want to name them all? Yep. Apply.
Wow.
And there you go. So now you've got names for all of them are grad day critique. Pretty cool.
That is very cool. That's a time saver. I mean, for me to do each one of those.
Yeah. So that's why this little info window is really powerful. Are you all seeing that? The powers of that and how to do that? So yeah, you can grab a whole bunch of stuff and label it all of this are Firenze, all of this are Rome, all of this are grad day critique. And you can choose a name to go under as a title or a place, and now that you all have all of this background, I can tell you a little bit more about keywords. Okay, so let me stop
Thank
your
you.
share. You're welcome. Thanks for sharing that example. And I'm going to share mine. And I want to warn you, it's 10:20 a.m. and I'm at 50% of battery power, which means from 9 to 10:20, I've used 50%, which means that it should take me, if everything stays the same, pretty much to the end of the class. But I'm kind of worried about giving a break. What I want to do is I want to give a break, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have everyone disconnect. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I will close my computer for 15 minutes and then I will open it again. I will run the Zoom again, have you guys connect again. That way I don't have 15 minutes of the battery just waiting for the break. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now here's
Yeah.
the deal. We'll end up with two different recordings. For those of you who want recordings, I will have two recordings for today, the first part and the second part, okay, for anyone who checks on recordings, because once I turn it off and completely close, it won't merge the recordings, all right?
Okay.
So,
Deanna, I won't be able to come back because I have a conflict. So 2 recordings, that's perfect. I can get the second recording. Yeah.
okay, yeah, there you go.
Thank
Now,
you.
everyone else, I'm going to turn off the computer now, give us a break, and then spend much more time with keywords, which I haven't mentioned yet, which is really powerful. And if you were impressed by what we just did, keywords are going to be something that'll blow your mind. Well used, they can help you find everything on your computer without having to create as many albums. So those of you who have hundreds of albums, this might be a solution. So it's 10:22. 15 minutes. Help me think here. 10:22, 32, 37. Something sounds wrong.
Rounded up.
That's right. 37. So we'll connect at 10:37 with a plan to start by 10:40. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll turn 37. I'll turn on my computer again, get all set up again, and then you guys can join me again. All right. Oh, Yolanda's entering right now. Let me tell her what's happening before I disconnect. Okay. All right. If you guys want to disconnect, be back by 10:40. Okay. So, hi, Yolanda. Can you hear me? I know you're just now connecting, Yolanda. But if you can hear me, I want to, Yolanda? Hello? That's fine.
Yes, thank you.
No, that's fine. The reason I'm talking to you directly, not to point out that you're late. No worries. I'm glad you're here. It's just that we're about to go on break. So I wanted you to know why suddenly there's going to be no one here. But also, more importantly, since I'm running on a computer that's on battery and I barely have enough battery power left to finish the class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off Zoom. I'm going to turn off my computer for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to set up again. And at the end of Zoom, y'all need to reconnect. Okay. So at 10:37, 10:40, reconnect, and then we'll continue with the second part of the class. Okay. Everyone's already signing off, but I stayed on just to explain this to you. Okay.
All right.
Because I saw you arriving. Okay. See you at 10:37. All right. Bye. Okay. And bye, Susanna. Thanks. I'll see you next week.
Ciao.